Okay, so I'm in sort of the middle of another shift in awareness, and I was trying to record about it yesterday and I couldn't. And now I kind of have had a setback since then, but I still want to kind of talk about this as best I can. It's sort of talking about my relationship with anxiety, and I kind of am aware here as I'm talking about it. You're not supposed to talk about anxiety, that's part of what makes it worse. You're not supposed to focus on it. But I want to just share this here with you. So this has come about from the work of Amy Scher, whose work I've used in addition to somatic experiencing. Her work is the work that I've really used in terms of energy healing over the years, as well as some other techniques as well, and I'm going to share those as well. And she brings this sort of a light touch to the work she does. She uses, as I say, sort of based on Donna Eden's work, of Donna Eden's energy medicine approach. She has her own energy healing techniques that she's developed to heal herself through Lyme disease and other issues. So I've used it over the years for different things, and it always sort of brings lightness and healing, and I've used it to work through many different things, some physical issues and emotional issues. I couldn't fully kind of move through the anxiety using that myself, but actually now she's actually doing some classes on anxiety specifically, and this is where this shift sort of occurred here. So I actually did move through the anxiety a lot using those techniques. It's been extremely helpful. As I say, what happened kind of was nothing to do with the work I had done or anything else, just too muchness of the situation and too muchness, and other things, but my own issues. But so yeah, it's a really the whole approach is about being lighter and easier about things, not like overdoing the healing, because that's sort of counterproductive to healing. It's about really kind of being gentle with yourself, being sort of forgiving, and just kind of surrendering to whatever you're experiencing. That's part of it, having to surrender, and then which is kind of what I was talking about, allowing and accepting whatever you're going through as well in terms of how to work with anxiety. And then these techniques, they're quite powerful. She uses EFT, but her own kind of method about it, around it, which makes it easier. And some other techniques that she's developed, and you can really feel the shift. It usually it can take me like a day or two, but sometimes it can happen like within the same day as well. It depends. Sometimes it kind of moves through slowly for me. Sometimes it depends. But in any case, I want to talk about, so what's been happening now, what I'm thinking about now is sort of my relationship with anxiety. This came up because she kind of did a channeled message, and it was about anxiety, and about anxiety as an energy. And again, all these things, because it's energy work that she does. We're releasing emotions, beliefs, experiences, and those are all energies. So anyway, anxiety, what she channeled was that anxiety is an external energy, which is interesting. So that you don't, and it doesn't have power over you, and it's a light, immature energy. It's like a puppy dog or a child. It's not meant to be scary. It's just meant to kind of teach us that things can't control us, that external things don't have control over us. We have to remember that we have the power, that we're sovereign beings. She didn't say that, but I'm saying that here. That we're sovereign beings, we have power, and not to give our power away. So I've been working with that, but what came up for me was like this whole kind of idea about my relationship to anxiety. And again, I'm talking about it sort of like from a more objective perspective, zoomed out perspective a little bit, but like I kind of had like this like kind of moment of like, who am I without this anxiety? And I think other people have sort of talked about kind of identifying with your diagnoses, and your life can revolve around it. So that's again not a totally new principle, but I was thinking about that. That sort of came to my mind with this, is like, because I woke up yesterday and I was like thinking, okay, I'm not going to let anxiety tell me what to do. I'm not going to follow anxiety's nudges and pushes and everything that it wants me to do. I don't need to. Those are lies. Those are not intuition. That's one of the things she said. Those are lies. I don't need to be doing that. So I was envisioning what my life would be like, and like how many things I could do, but then I kind of had to think about like how much my life has revolved around anxiety. It's really my entire life. Social anxiety really was most of it when I was younger, and it became more generalized anxiety. And the last 15 years have been really challenging in terms of general anxiety, with all these like really strong anxiety episodes that I sort of went to medication for. So I kind of had to think about like I'm really attached to anxiety. In fact, that's what's allowing me to do this video now is my anxiety. Is because I felt very driven to do it yesterday, but I was in a calmer place than I am right now. Now I'm a little bit kind of more raw. So I couldn't do it yesterday because I was thinking too much about it. I was overthinking it. I was being too much of a perfectionist. And I couldn't do it. I tried over and over again. But I just have to accept this is where I'm at. This is who I am. It's not perfect. I can't be perfect. And I'm not through this yet. I'm working through it. I'm trying to move through it. I have better days and worse days. And I'm working with different ideas, this in terms of like allowing anxiety through, which I talked about before. Again, it's the same principles here. So, sorry if I'm being a little rambly here. I'm gonna take a pause and just try to refocus myself here. So yeah, I thought that it was what I was finding was like I've been attached to the anxiety. I have an attachment to it. It's served a purpose for me. It's sort of been an excuse for things that when I didn't want to do things that were too scary. It's an excuse even though like I want to do them and it gets in my way of it, but it's also like a way of avoiding things. So I kind of have held on to it for that reason. And it's also, it's become like a partner in getting things done. Like I use it to allow me to move through stuff in more efficient ways. It's not better. It's done rushed. Things are done rushed and worse, and I can't think through them clearly. But that's how I've kind of been living my life for years now. Was like in this like letting anxiety kind of push me through things, and that's not the life that I want to live. I want to live as a sovereign being in charge of my own choices and not letting anxiety as an external, which is if you view it that way. It's supposedly mirrors what's going on internally, so these are obviously things going on in my body as well. But not letting it run my life. And my goal for this channel is that I can do it from a calmer place. Do it from that place where I'm calm, centered, and grounded, but also a little more uplifting than I am right now. I'd like to have a little more joy that I bring to this right now. I'm going through some stuff. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure out, like, I have to look at my life right now, and I'm a little lost. I'm like, what is my life without anxiety? I have been focused on it. Again, you're not supposed to, these are the principles of the things that I was talking about a couple of weeks ago, and Amy's as well, and I've heard that elsewhere too. You don't want to focus on it all the time. That's actually counterproductive. That makes it worse. That reinforces it. And I've been so focused on it in terms of healing. I've been focused on healing my anxiety and overcoming, overcoming my challenges. And the other place I've used it as an excuse for is I think in cognitive issues as well, like taking things in and like, I can't do that because I've been too much in survival mode, which is kind of true. But like, what if I come out of it, and then is that an excuse, because like yesterday I kind of was clear-headed. I'm like, wait, I'm okay now. Why am I not, learning these things from a more, more sort of integrated perspective, being able to integrate everything. And again, that's just the way I am right now. I have have to be okay with that. I'm just gonna have a sip of water here. I just have to be okay with where I'm at right now. But yeah, so it's sort of like, who am I? I'm realizing the ways in which it's been like a primary relationship for me, this anxiety, and I've depended on it to get me through things and to avoid things. And if it's not there, if I don't have it running my life, what is my life? That's what I have to ask myself now. And I had this excitement yesterday. Right now I'm having a wobble, but I had this excitement of like, wow, there's so much I could do, but also fear. Like, what would it be? What is it? I spent so much of my hours really focusing on healing and focusing on this problem, and so much of my life talking about this problem and like trying to overcome it. Who am I without it? And then what does my life become? And this channel, is called Juliette Soul Stories. My name is Juliette. It's not meant to be about anxiety and depression. I wrote that as my description. That's where I'm at right now. That's not my intention for it to be about that. I don't identify. I've identified so much with being an anxious person, having social anxiety. I had issues with shyness and interacting with people, and it got in the way of work as well. It's been just a major part of my life. So, but yeah, I want to move forward from that. I don't want that defining my life. I don't want to let it define my life. There's much more to life than that. I'm going to bring the microphone a little closer. I think I had it too far. I'm so sorry about the sound quality. I will improve that as these videos go. These are just raw videos right now, and this is where I'm at. So yeah, I made progress over the past few weeks. I have had better days, and then I struggle. Better days struggle, and right now I'm in a struggle right now a little bit, but I think I really wanted to share this because I think it's sort of a really interesting concept, because if you can look at it you can look at it, it loses its power. It really does. And that's been a major shift for me. I still had it yesterday, for example, but much less so, and I was able to kind of move through it and kind of do things with it, and I decided I really need to start living my life. That was kind of the conclusion. I started to do things this last weekend where I was like, these are things that I need to connect with people, things that, some family connections that were positive for me. And it's like, wow, I need more of that. I need more of living life, going out, doing things, just living life more fully. I haven't been. I've been denying myself of that because I felt like I didn't deserve it. And also just because of fear. That fear, gosh, that fan was just on. Oh my gosh, I have the fan on in the background. I'm sorry about the sound quality. I will fix that. Oh my god, that's probably, I should turn that fan off. I'm so sorry. But I'm going to upload this anyway because I want to keep going with this, and I will evolve into something a little more polished, hopefully. But the rawness, I think, here is really, I think it's helpful. So that's where I'm at with this right now. I see some hope for creating something new without it. Maybe I can really let go of it and really move forward. But I still have so many fears and concerns, and it's hard not to go into those habits. But this has just taken away some of its power. It really has. It's no, it's on me, and I'm sort of have to believe in myself. I have to have faith. I have my own spiritual beliefs, and I feel like we're souls here learning these lessons or having these experiences, and some of them are really tough. But we're okay underneath it all, and we can create better lives, and we're hopefully if all goes well, we'll see a better world. We can create a better world as well. And again, we kind of have to bring that in, envision it, choose it, focus on things that can help uplift us. This is where the living my life is important, and not having anxiety is important, because like I need to go live my life and experience some joy, allow myself to experience joy. I really not really allowed it a lot of the time. Felt like, as I say, I haven't deserved it. But it's really important that we live and have joy and live fully. I don't believe we're here to suffer. I believe we're here to live and experience life and experience joy and find our way back to kind of ourselves, and realize that we can create a life that's beautiful if we understand how to, which I don't understand. I'm trying to figure that out. And that's where the Juliette soul stories kind of comes into play here. I'm trying to that's the journey of that, is kind of finding it's the spiritual path for me. Like, this is part of that path. And this has been my life. This really has been, for me, I don't know, the anchor point of my entire life, my anxiety. And that's why I put mental health issues. Again, those are terms, those are labels. I don't like to identify with those too much, but that has been how I've been perceiving it. And somatic experience has been really good about getting back into my body and being able to kind of connect. It's been kind of, my goal shifted from trying to be okay around other people to being okay in my own body, which then allows me to be okay around other people. So these two pieces together work well together. And then also coming into the present moment, I've realized has been one of the issues that where I'm having difficulty with staying present and aware and conscious. I lose that. And there's just so much fear that's still running my life, and I have some things coming up right now that are really triggering a lot of fear. Anyway, I'm trying to move through it, but this is where I'm at, so just sharing that. And I will